just so that you don't have any expectations about what you're watching. This is not about making perfect things in some sort of perfect way. This is more about making plenty of mistakes. Oh, that was a bad idea. Oh, that's not pretty. Just figure it out as we go kind of thing, with a lot of ADHD pivots along the way. Sure. Ooh, actually, where did I put it? Where did I... I don't know what I did that for.
With a lot of ADHD pivots along the way.
You know, as they say, it's about the journey, not the destination. I find a lot of people that say that don't really have a plan, which I guess is me. This is very insightful to how my brain works. You know what? I feel slightly exposed. Okie dokie. A few months ago, I started clearing out a space in the yard, doing a bit of landscaping to flatten out the area. And just a side note, I don't own this property. I rent from two very, very good friends of mine. So Sarah and Leslie, if you're watching, thank you for letting me reshape this part of the yard. And then as I rearranged some of the natural elements, I also brought in some new materials to start setting up the backyard forge. And once the initial pieces were in place, I was pretty eager to hit some metal. We're just gonna play around with... Sure. Where did I put it? I think rebar just grows in backyards. I found this while I was sort of clearing out this area, so let's do something with it. I seem to really enjoy hitting things. The rebar became a bark spud, which is a tool to help remove bark from logs, but it also needed a blade. Sometimes the most simple designs can be the most useful. Oh, we'll see what happens today. That was very dramatic. At this stage, the forge setup includes 2 tongs, 3 hammers, an anvil, a belt sander, and a propane forge, and whatever metals I can get to play around with. Ah, it's getting cold. See if that works. Turn this little wrench into a bottle opener. So next time you go to a party, you could whip this out and people will be like, whoa, are you here to to fix something and you'll just be like, nope, this might need to be revised. Oh, that's not pretty. That kind of worked. Okay, well that worked a little better. I'm gonna have to drink all these. Let's hope that worked. Where did I put the... Okie dokie. We're gonna do a little sharpness test. And yes, you might see a band-aid on my finger. That is not from playing with blades or blacksmithing. That is from slamming my finger in my cupboard just moments ago. I'm a hazard to myself. That's like, that will cut a vegetable. Nice. So right now, as part of the heat treating process, which hardens the steel, I'm quenching with canola oil. You can also use water for quenching, but it's a bit more risky. This is a blade that I quenched in water, and as we can see, there's quite a bit of cracking. And this type of oil isn't the best for quenching, but it does do the job. It probably also gives the knife a super high cholesterol level. Heat treating is a two-step process. After you forged a blade, you heat it up to a critical temperature, and then quickly quench it. This rapidly cools the steel, changing its properties and increasing its hardness. But due to the excess hardness of quenching, the blade can be pretty brittle and break really easily. So to relieve some of the excess hardness, you temper the blade. By heating it up again, you allow some flexibility to come back into the metal. So right now with the tempering method that I'm doing in the oven, I'm looking at this color spectrum, and I'm aiming for the straw yellow color. Anything beyond that is going to be considered overcooked. Well, so far I've been able to make at least a few things back here. Mostly knives. I feel like I got a little carried away with this one. You know, just gearing up for the apocalypse. And right now the stock that I'm using is really whatever scrap pieces of metal I can get my hands on. So this is still very much a work in progress, but aren't we all? Alright, let's try to make a sword. So because of the length, I won't be able to punch this whole thing, so I'm just going to target the area where I want the metal to be the hardest. So I also need to cook this to temper it, but it kind of barely fits in the oven. Okay, it like just fits. I'm just gonna do a super simple tape up with the handle just to make it a little less aggressive. But more so that we can test it out. Okay. Well, I kind of feel like I'm gonna redo this one eventually. Like there's some little flaws that I would eventually like to fix, but for now, let's give it a test. Nope, there's a limit. Well, it should be okay with cutting kindling. So I'm pretty sure for Christmas this year, my friends and family are going to be getting apocalyptic scrap metal blades. Mom's gonna love this. I took a trip over to visit my friend Jerry at Thistle Rock Forge to get some guidance and to play around with some of his equipment. And while I was there, he gave me some pointers to starting another sword. This time with 1080 steel instead of an old file. All right, let's do a sword test. Nope. Oh. Haha! I still have a long way to go with bladesmithing, and with this backyard setup. But I guess I'll just keep hammering away at it